is society equal or is society unequal? Everybody always says unequal. I'm like, say, okay, so if you're saying it's unequal, that means it is hierarchical. And everybody says yes. I'm like, okay, so who is at the top and who is at the bottom? You know, and so then the thing is, we need to be able to name who is at the top and who is at the bottom. It's not enough to say, oh, it's hierarchical. We need to see it. If you can't see it, you can't fix it. If you can't name it, anything that is not measured doesn't get dealt with. You know, so what my work then does is present the structures in our society in a way that we're able to see the hierarchy, to see who is at the top and who is at the bottom. And when you see the same group of people consistently being at the bottom, unless two interpretations come true. One is either there is something wrong with these people, because in the United States, in UK, in France, and in Germany, you know, this same group of people are at the bottom. So it's either there is something wrong with them, or the other option is that there is a way that a system of operation, that wherever you are, that this system is like a secret code that we all know who is at the top and how to treat them. So depending on the strata that people occupy, it now influences how they are treated. And so key things I talk about there is that you can change your economic positioning, and it's in the book, so read the book and get it all there. You can change your economic position, but you cannot change your racial strata. So there are two things. However, your racial strata influences your experiences economically. So in other words, I could be right up there, you know, I've earned so much and blah, whatever things. However, when I'm on the bus, when I'm walking in the street, or I send my application and you see my name sounding foreign, I am no longer my economic strata, I become my racial strata. So it's really understanding how those two things feed on each other, you know, that you can change one, you cannot change the other, you know. And the last thing I say about racial stratification is that key things is that racial stratification is a homogenizing system. And what it then does is that while we focus on where people end up, my work looks at racial stratification and says that no, that because of where people start, so if you're starting so low down on the strata, where you end up becomes inevitable. So that racial stratification is a homogenizing system across every part in the world. People who look a certain way, they don't start at the top, they are made to start at the bottom. And when they start there, where they end up becomes almost inevitable, unless they have to work 1, 2, 3, 4 times as hard to be able to defeat that system of stratification.